Yeah, guys, good morning. See the continuation. Next one is independent financial audit. Remember, guys, this independent financial audit also called as private audit. More or less too similar to private audit. Both are one and the same here. Here, audit is not compulsory. In case of a sole trader or a partnership forms, otherwise in case of a NTC, other entities where monetary threshold is not increasing or exceeding, audit is not compulsory. Thereby, in this case, it is a private audit. As we know, in case of a private audit, auditors are appointed by private party. Scope of the audit is defined by private party. Objective of the audit is defined by private party. And a remuneration payable decided by private party. And a report is given to private party. It is not a public document. Same words applicable here also. Let us see. An independent financial audit may be conducted by a qualified auditor on the request of the client. In case of a partnership, our turnover is less than 1 crore, audit is not compulsory. Since you are active partner, others are not participating, you want to prove that whatever the records you have maintained by you are genuine. There is no fake information, false information, otherwise the window dressing was not adopted. You want to establish your credibility, then you will ask the other partners, you people can appoint one auditor. I am not appointing auditor as an active partner. I will ask other partners, send your person. If my person come, he may agree with me. If your person come, he need not agree with me. Then definitely that's going to be one type of purely voluntary. And which is maybe for a sole trader, sole partnership form, non-profit organizations or any other entity, its objective is to comment on the truth and fairness of the financial statements. It may be compulsory under some special acts governed by the entity. Where this is compulsory, I told you. Individual gross income is exceeding 45 lakhs. Turnover is exceeding 1 crore in case of a business. This is going to be compulsory, otherwise purely optional. Fine. This is about independent financial audit. There is no much weightage from examination point of view. Just to quickly read and ignore, no matter. Otherwise, write about a private audit there itself. It serves the purpose. Now onwards, concepts are important, which were repeated in the previous question papers. That is, first one, periodical or annual or a final audit. Let me explain first, then I'll use we'll discuss on this one. Annual audit, final audit, which means after the books of accounts are closed and finalized, under one single uninterrupted session, audit is commenced and completed. That is annual audit, periodic audit, final audit. 1st April to 31st March, books of accounts are closed, financial statements are ready, auditor is appointed under one single uninterrupted session. Means no interruption at all. Auditor is appointed or room 1 facility is provided, books are handed over continuously for maybe 1 week or 10 days or 15 days or 1 month based on the size of the organization. Under one single uninterrupted session, he will complete audit and submit a report. That is called annual audit. This is suitable where limited transactions are there. Otherwise, internal control system is effective. Nothing but it is efficient and effectively operating and detecting the speedy detection of any error or a fraud and etc. Then small organizations type, this is suitable. For a company firm, this is not applicable. For a sole trader, partnership, annual audit can be adopted. What is the advantage with the annual audit? With one sitting, we are able to complete the audit. No interruption in the client day-to-day activities. Client work is not going to be disturbed. For example, one hand, I have to do my routine day-to-day activities as an accountant. Plus, I have to assist the auditor assistants also, means double job I have to do. Neither I focus on my routine activity nor on the assisting that guy. Then there may be chance that books may be misplaced and some work I might not be able to complete every day. Work will be pending. Many issues are there on that. So it won't interrupt the client activity and business routine processes. And less expensive also, because 15 days audit to 10 days audit, how much money we are going to spend? Very, very nominal amount. So less expensive there, and suitable for only small entities or a medium size of organization where periodically reports are not necessary. You can go for it. But what is the disadvantage with the annual audit? The major disadvantage, at the end of the year, you are able to detect any error or a fraud, but you can't go back and correct it now. Maybe next year you may change, but last year whatever happened, you can't correct it. Whereas in case of a continuous audit, every month audit is going on. In the very first month, if you have detected any fraud or irregularity, next 11 months, the things would have been differently you can plan. That is possible in case of a continuous audit, whereas a annual audit, that is not possible. Already books are closed. And by that time, some person who did the fraud might have resigned and went off. Who knows? And the second disadvantage is tampering is maybe possible sometime here also. So despite some disadvantages, small organizations will prefer only annual audit. Now let us understand. The final audit is conducted at the end of the accounting year. After the books of accounts have been closed, it does not interrupt the regular functioning of the client accounting and operations functions, and ensures the completion of the work on one session due to the continuity. I told you, your work is commenced, audit is commenced under one single uninterrupted session we are going to complete. So there is no interruption in the day-to-day works. The auditor may use the statistical sampling. At the end of the year, we are conducting audit. Then can you go for 100% watching? Highly impossible. Then what will you do? All the transactions, nothing but populations, are classified into various groups. As we know, less than 1 lakh into one group, up to 5 lakhs into one group, more than 5 lakhs into one group. We can create some parameters. From the selected item, at a random few transactions we will select. Selected item only, I am going for horizon to conclusion. Only selected item I am auditing. With that, imagine, knowingly, unknowingly, I may select a transaction where there is no irregularity. Based on that sample representative, I am going to draw the conclusion. Sometime it may be fair policy, sometime it may not represent. The samples are always not advisable unless you exhaustively take the samples, isn't it? Risk factors are high in case of a sampling. Here at a random, I select a few transactions. The selected transactions only examined. Then it is not a proper way to represent my opinion. For example, in a classroom, some students are meritoriously answering. Based on that, a few students, can you make a conclusion that in this class all the students are excellent? For example, a few students were unable to express their opinion properly. Based on the 2-3 students, can I draw a conclusion that this batch is not good? No. This is absolutely wrong conclusions I am drawing. Thereby, this is not a representative sample. This is not going to give a exact fairness of the books of accounts. And random sampling and the techniques which lead to the time effectiveness, because end of the year every auditor will get a limited time only. They won't get a 15 days to 1 month to 2 months time won't be there for audit. I can do as an auditor 20 companies audit. My all 20 clients assume annual audits only. So all 20 audits I have to do at one time. Is it going to be possible for me? Limited time, I have to complete the work properly. For 20 clients I have to work, then definitely I spend less time for the each client, because everyone has to comply legal provisions. They have to file the annual returns with ROC. Are required authority, thereby limited time in order to complete my work on a expeditious manner. What I will do, at a random I select a few transactions, so based on that fatafat I will do audit and over. Sometimes it is not a proper way. The possibility of the tampering of the books of accounts during the audit is considerably reduced, and the audit work starts only after books of accounts are closed. Changing of the figures are difficult unless there is a collusion. Already books were finalized, that's a final data given to you, and understanding between the client and auditor is there, may be done, otherwise it is not possible. Now what are advantages here? The final audit cost effective, means less expenditure, less expensive comparatively continuous audit, and it ensures the continuity in focus. Nothing but on one particular task for 1 week or 10 days you can complete it, and the planned approach towards the work and the non-interference of the client accounting work being continued. So despite there are some few advantages here, but what are the disadvantages? The major disadvantage of annual audit is all the errors and frauds are found at the end of the year. We are able to detect it only at the end of the year, because I can't go and correct it. If I detected the same fraud or error in the beginning of the month, probably 11 months or 11 and a half months, my work would be something different. And which makes it very difficult to fix the responsibility for the falsified defalcation, nothing but in case of misappropriation of the funds, if any. It delays the presentation of the audited financial statements, because all clients have to do parallelly. Audit work may be get delayed, and auditor use the sampling testing, and which reduces the possibility of the detection of the fraud and error. Because my sample size is more and risk will be more. Sample size is less, risk will be less, but more time I have to spend on that. Then definitely sample size is increasing, risk also increase. Despite some advantages, annual audits are there for sole trader, partnership organization, they are going for this. This is about periodic or a final or annual audit. Clear? So in this case, what are examples? Simple way, the conclusion we can draw. It is done under one single uninterrupted session. Audit is commenced and completed under one single uninterrupted session. After the financial year completed, books of accounts are closed and finalized, and the finalized books are given to auditor. Matter of 1 week or 10 days or 15 days time, based on the size of the organization, audit will be completed. And it won't interrupt the day-to-day activities of the client. And another important advantage is here, less expensive when comparatively continuous audit. There are some advantages, there are some disadvantages, despite this is applicable for certain establishments. Done? Chalo. Now this is interim audit. What is interim? The term itself is self-explanatory. Interim. In between the two annual audits. in between the two annual audits. If we have conducted any audit, that audit is called interim audit. What is the purpose of interim audit? Basically, to declare interim dividend. Q1 books are closed. Q's returns are there. Q2 also closed 30th September. Heavy profits are there. Next 6 months business in the hands. The board of directors proposed to declare interim dividend. In between the two annual dividends, if they want to give any dividend, it is called interim dividend. In this case, the board of directors would like to give interim dividend. Without conducting audit, I can't go for declaration of dividend. So that we are going to conduct one more audit. That audit is called interim audit. The essential purpose of interim audit is only interim dividend, valuation of the shares on a particular date. Otherwise, in case of mergers and acquisitions also, probably this will be conducted. So here, auditors are qualified or unqualified? Qualified auditor. Who will appoint? External auditors are there, they will do audit and he will submit a report for the sake of declaration of dividend. So this is short answer question. There was importance on this one, asking and. Now let us see, some points are there later. Interim audit is the audit conducted between two annual audits. It is conducted between the two annual audits. It is conducted for a specific purpose or a specific period on a quarterly or a half-yearly basis with an interim objective of declaration of dividend, valuation of the shares on a certain date, otherwise mergers. And it carries out by a professional, a qualified CA with COP, because the declaration of dividend is there. You have to go with the proper qualified person and has no legal status. Remember, legal it has no validity. Audit means only once a year it will happen. Remaining any audit is purely for internal purpose. For your policy decision purpose, audit is conducted. Thereby remember, here it has no legal status. And as the figures may be tempered subsequently. Q2 audit is done. Dividend is declared. Later, can't you go back to the previous data, change the figures? Tampering every possibility because internally. That is quite possible. Whereas once the annual audit is completed, you can't go back and correct it. That is not possible there. That's the point. And it is useful for ascertaining the interim profit or a loss to declare the interim dividend and change the structure of the partnership form. Example, admission of a partner, retirement of a partner, or a death of a partner. You want to go for any kind of internal structure, you have to go for audit. And determining the goodwill, net worth of the business for acquisition purpose. If you want to acquire another business, you should know what exactly assets and liabilities of the entity. Whatever the report they have given, you need not believe. It may be manipulated one. Thereby, one competent authority has to certify these are the assets and liabilities of entity. And the investigation of the suspected fraud. If any fraud was detected, it can be investigated through proper authority. And finally, obtaining the loan from the financial institutions, of course. If you wanted to loan, suddenly after 3 months, you felt there is a working capital requirement. You need some money. Contacted the bank. I need some loan. Banker said, audited certificate. Then can conduct a interim audit. Until now, 9 months of business to do audit and submit a report. I have to go for the loans. Otherwise, they won't give any kind of a loans. So basically, interim audit is purpose is these 3 points. We have to remember 3 points. Interim dividend, valuation of the shares. Third one is mergers. Declaration of dividend, valuation of the shares on a particular date. Why valuation? Swap ratio is there. And finally, it is for the purpose of the mergers. When the two organizations are going to merge, for that sake swap ratios we have to ascertain. At this point, interim audit. Next one is continuous audit. Now guys, first listen to me, then we go through the concept. This is the question repeatedly asked in your examination, essay type question. If you see the previous question paper, one question from the types of audit asked a number of times means continuous audit, including merits and demerits. He was asking this question repeatedly. Okay. Now let us see. What is the continuous audit? Have an outline first, then we go through our material. In case of a continuous audit, the audit is taking place in our entity on a regular or irregular intervals. In our entity means in our company, audit is taking place on a regular or irregular intervals. What is the meaning of regular, irregular? Regular means fixed dates. Irregular means without fixing the dates. What does that mean? Every month 15th audit. If it is the holiday, succeeding day. They are fixed the dates and every month 15th audit. That day auditor team will come. Unless it is the holiday. If it is the holiday, succeeding day, 16th. What does it mean? For every 1 month audit is going on. Fixed dates. Other one is irregular. Irregular means no specific dates. If you auditor dates are known to the client assistants. Client assistants knows, nothing but accounts people knows. Audit team will come every month 15th. What they will do, up to 10th or 11th or 12th or 13th, work may be not finished, incomplete work will be there. They knew that tomorrow they are going to come, that day, hurry-burily they may sit and finish the work. Because they knew that he will come only on 15th. Work may be pending, they may not finish off. Because fixed dates are there. When there is no fixed date, irregular intervals means whenever he feel, he may come. There is no time. Then what assistants has to do? Client assistants, they have to complete the work every day. Isn't it? So work won't be pending. They will complete and go. Like banks are there every day, end of the day, they have to close the accounts and move. Here also say. Regular means fixed date. Irregular means no times. Whenever he feel, he may come. And today audit is done. Who knows, on Monday again he may come back. Means surprise. Simple example. I think all of you know this one. You know dad will come to office every day evening at 7 p.m. By the time dad comes, all will be children busy with their studies, you know. You know the time. Dad comes 7 o'clock. So 6:45 you take the books and go to a reading room, start reading. Dad will coming, peep into a room. Wow. Happy man. My children are studying. And he will go inside and talk to his wife. See, look at my children. They are so systematic. He will smile and say, should have come little early. What? You don't know, my dear husband. Your children are too smart. Come to house some uneven time. Okay. One day he came at 6:30. Then he know the true picture at home, what is happening. Because we know when he comes, we will be alerted. We don't know when he will come. Means we will be in a haphazard man. Sometime, I don't know, you are a good person, probably. Sometime we will make our mother dance. We will dictate terms to mother. I want this. Notice any time? We insist her. Only with the mother we got some leverage. Not everyone. We have that freedom we can take. With the mother only we can take. Not everyone. Not with the dad especially. No way. Especially mama, we have so much freedom and you can speak anything and next minute you can say sorry also. She also won't mind. She will say like this, okay beta. You won't take anything into heart. But when he comes uneven times, then he will understand what you people were doing, isn't it? Here also, If the client assistance knows auditor will come every month 10th or 15th or 20th, on that date work is up to date. If he come on an uneven time, he will understand whether work is done or not. The auditor surprise visit, you come, directly walk into the cash counter, close the cash counter door, ask him, today what is the opening balance? So far what are the total receipts? So far what are the total payments? What should the closing balance count? You need not count physically, machines are there. You can understand whether internal controls are working effectively or not. Physical counting will help you only. And it works like a moral check on the cashier. He will be very careful while working. When auditor may come, we don't know. So, what is the meaning of continuous audit? Continuous audit means here audit is taking place on a regular or irregular intervals in our entity. Regular means fixed date. Irregular means anytime auditor may come for audit. Right? Now, sir, where it is suitable? Continuous audit is suitable where? It is suitable for one. Internal controls of our entity are inadequate. Internal controls of our organizations were not sufficient. There are some defectiveness. Second, organization is a very big organization, large organization. Third, numerous transactions are there in a day. Numerous transactions are there. At the end of the year, even test check also difficult. It's very difficult to take a chance. Per day, lakhs and crores of transactions. Example, insurance company, LIC of India, per day, how many transactions throughout India? Can they go for annual audit? State Bank of India, banking company, insurance company, transport company, railway company, Gati Transport, any transport company per day throughout India, how many transactions? At the end of the year, can you imagine, will you be able to at least fix one random sampling there? It's the toughest. Nobody can do that. Banking company, insurance company, transport company, very, very, especially State Bank of India per day throughout the country. Imagine how many transactions per day. And per annum, how many transactions? Will it be really possible to verify all those transactions? Then you have to dependent on continuous audit. Internal controls were inadequate. Big organization. Third one, numerous transactions are there for throughout the period. I have to go with the continuous audit only. Sir, what are advantages with the continuous audit? Speedy detection of the error and fraud. Because every fortnight audit is there. Every 1 month audit is there. Every 1 month, whatever irregularities are there, you can examine. 100% watching is possible. Because 1 month not a heavy transaction. To the extent possible, 100% watching, posting, watcher, posting. Literally, auditor can examine 100% transactions. Because you got a reasonably good time. Only thing is, send your assistance timely and good number. That's it. It is quite possible. And third one is, it works on a moral check on employees. Because every fortnight, every 1 month audit is there. If I did any irregularity, it's going to be detected. And it may be leads to loss of my employment. So people work very, very cautiously, diligently to do certain irregularities within the entity. And other one, what are another advantage? See, every 1 month audit is going on. Every 15th audit end. March 15th audit is completed. In the March, how many days are left? Another 16 days. How much time is required to complete this 16 days operations audit? Speedily, nothing but quickly, they can finalize the books of accounts. Already 15 days audit is left. And speedy finalization will come. and quick audit also will be done, and legal compliances as per Companies Act 2013, submission of returns and all we can do. This will be handy. And management want to take a decision, readily information available. They want to borrow some loan from the banks or financial institution. Separately, you need not conduct audit. Already audit is done. Information ready. Then and there you can produce it. So some advantages. Sir, what are the disadvantages with the continuous audit? The first disadvantage is tampering of the figures. Here there is every chance people can tamper the figures. Tampering means alteration, change of the figures. How? Every month 15th audit. July 15th audit completed. Next audit will be August 15th. Since August 15th is a holiday, August 16th they will come for audit. Next time when they come for August 16th, they have come for audit. They start audit from again 1st April or from 16th July. 16th July, isn't it? They won't start from 1st July, 1st April. Already where they have completed last time, continuation will be there. 15th July completed audit. When I come for next audit, I take the books of only 16th July onwards. So previous figures which were audited, it may be tampered by the client assistants. For example, 1 is there. They may convert into 7. Chance. They may convert 1 into 9. It's only 9 crores. Now it is, I can add one more 0. Chance is there, na? Otherwise, 100 crores is there. That 100 crores convert into 9? 900 crores. Are you understanding what I am trying? So the tampering is very easy because previous figures, auditor is not going to go back and correct it. These people can do. Let us say maybe error. In doing audit, error took place and he has to correct it again. So this is a dangerous scenario, tampering of the figures. Second disadvantage is interruption in the day-to-day activities of the client work. Because one hand audit going on, other hand day-to-day activities, I have to make an entry, which means I have to fill dual role. One hand I have to complete my day-to-day activity, other hand I have to stand there, give assistance for them, give the clarification, explanation for the audit purpose. So timely, I may not complete my day-to-day activities, work is pending. Nothing but records will become incomplete records. It interrupts my day-to-day activities. And third one is, it is going to be expensive. Very costly. And audit means it's a big organization, numerous transactions are there. Audit means only one client will come, one assistant will come. No, one team of assistants will come. 4 persons, 10 persons, 20 assistants will come based on the size of entity. Atidhi Devo Bhava. We are in the culture. When guests come to our house, we offer the coffee, tea, snacks, etc. They are coming every day. They have to provide the breakfast, coffee, again snacks, lunch, high tea, again pocket allowance. Assistants will get a pocket allowance at the end of the day. And plus audit fees. See, for audit is went on for a 10 days, assume. 10 days means how much money per day? If you spend 2,000 rupees also, 20,000 rupees. 20,000 into 12 months, 2,40,000 rupees only hospitality. Plus audit fees. How much audit fees we have paid? 10 lakhs. 10 lakhs plus 2, 12.5 lakh. What they have detected? 100 rupees fraud. Better na, I can have 100 rupees fraud. Are you understanding? Cost effectiveness when you calculate is very expensive. And we give some gifts also for a client. Client will give gift to auditor as well as to the assistants. Not gift in the form of deliberately they won't give. They create one situation. MD's birthday or organization foundation day. Otherwise, gift should not be accepted by auditor. No, you can't accept directly. So indirectly they give like this. They give only suitcase, outside suitcase only. Inside what is there, no one knows. Am I making sense? Every possibility and thereby, guys, there is every chance and very expensive on part of. Imagine your house also. Suddenly 2 persons have come. Imagine the expenditure and proportionately increases. 1 person, okay, you can manage it. But whereas 4 or 5 relatives came, they said we'll stay here for 1 month. Our budget will become double. Like this, every month, when poor people are coming and staying in our house, as if we are maintaining another family outside. Very, very expensive from organization point of view. Your profitability will come down. And another disadvantage with the continuous audit, there is a chance of collusion between client staff and the auditor's staff. How? When we go to the new place for employment, day 1, how do we behave with our colleagues? And good morning, sir. Good evening, sir. Very decent. That day people decide, hey, no sir, nothing. Call me by name. Second day by name. Third day, why so big name? Shortcut it. Because day progress, they try to understand each other, and one day, some people are their boozers, and the day 1 only they become best friends. अरे शाम को मिलेंगे भाई. That day onwards, both become so much best friends, especially for alcohol. Trust me. Of course, I am non-alcoholic, and generally people are there. They become best friends. First day only. Since 7 generations, they are best friends. Now onwards, chatting and phoning. For example, auditor assistants found the fraud done by employee. He won't report to auditor. He will call the friend. Hey, come to canteen. क्या हुआ रे? आओ. क्या हुआ? अरे, you did some fraud. How much? 10 crores, man. hey, शाम को मिलेंगे यार. Who knows? He won't report to auditor now onwards, remember. And he will give private some money to assistant. Maybe. Both may be. Chance is there or not? Every possibility. Then how to prevent these disadvantages? Continuous audit, advantages are there, disadvantages are there. How to make effective continuous audit? First one is, we have to say, frequently change our auditor assistants. Change your assistants frequently. First time, 3 of you go. Second time, 3 of you go. First month, second month, third month, fourth month, fifth month. Again, 6th month, these people turn will come. In the very first 1 week or 10 days, rapport won't develop unless they have some qualities as such. It's very difficult. They won't go to such an extent where you can collude and do some fraud. Again, after 6 months, people meet. I don't think people will be so easily do certain irregular. Change the frequently assistants. Second, give clear instructions to the client assistants. Don't tamper the figures. And third, once audit is done, take the Xerox copy or a soft copy of the audited documents. Then what will happen? One hand instruction, other hand you have a copy with you, and the client assistants won't dare to change the figures because one copy readily available, one copy shared to client, one copy with you, and one copy with the accounts department. They won't change the figures now because not at one source, at 3 different sources, information available. Right? This is about continuous audit, and while reading, some points are there. We'll discuss again and again. Okay. Now let us see. Continuous audit according to the Institute of the Internal Auditors, USCA. It is defined as a method used to perform control risk assessment automatically on a more frequent basis. Continuous auditing changes the audit paradigm from the periodic review of a sample of transactions to ongoing audit of the 100% of transactions It becomes an integral part of the modern auditing at any levels. Technology is the key to enable such approach. Nowadays we have a technological advancement and information can be shared. People can do audit on a differently. Continuous audit may be defined as examination and verification of the firm's financial transactions and their supporting documents continuously throughout the year on a regular or irregular intervals. You are going to do audit on a regular or irregular intervals. Now, what are the basic features of the continuous audit? It is a process conducted throughout the year. It is conducted at a regular or irregular intervals. And it focuses on testing of 100% transaction. Because 1 month transactions are not so heavy. Quickly you can do it. And postal watch is possible. Technology is important for the continuous audit. It provides a advance notice about the errors and irregularities detected, and a surprise visit by the auditor are involved. Are you clear with all the lines? Now, what is the, when it is the necessary, nothing but where it is suitable there. Where internal controls are inadequate and transactions are in large number, numerous transactions. Management is interested in getting the statement of the financial audited periodically for enabling the better management process. And advantages of the continuous audit: early location of the errors and fraud. It helps in detecting the errors and fraud immediately on their occurrence, not at the end of the year, when it becomes difficult to install the corrective control mechanism. Every month, if you are able to detect any kind of irregularity, remaining months you can correct it. In case of annual audit, already year completed. I can't go back and correct it. We have to make a comparison, then you will understand better. And quick ratification. Ratification of errors at the early stage is possible. You need not wait until the end of the year. And guidance, continuous guidance to the client regarding a policy matters, it will be helpful to you. And finalization of accounts and completion in time, just at the end of the accounting period. I told you already, up to 15th March audit is done. How many days left? Only 16 days. Business transactions I have to do audit now. It won't take much time. Very quickly you can complete and timely you can present your reports. And moral check, employees, make employees of the client alert, more efficient in conducting their work. Because if we have done any fraud or irregularity, going to detect within the fortnight or a monthly, it will work like a moral check on employees. And improves statutory auditors' focus. And it relieves the statutory auditor from the routine testing and allows them to focus on efforts and more valuable activities. What is the routine testing? Routine test or a routine checking. Remember this word. Routine check. What is the routine check? Totaling, casting, carry forwarding the balances from one page to another page. When you write manually, we have to carry forward the balances. Each page you have to total, and mistakes may take place while carry forwarding the balances. Of course, on the Excel sheet is different story. Unless you give a wrong input, nothing will happen there. Machinery was not there. Manually, these possibilities will be there, but here that won't be there because it can be detected in the very next month quickly. What are the demerits of the continuous audit? The records and figures of the books of accounts, which have been already checked by the auditor, may be altered after the audit is over. Nothing but a tampering of the audited figures. And frequent visits made by the auditor may cause inconvenience at times, inconvenience at work. And the client may suffer due to clash duties between his staff and that of auditor. Clash work means I'm working in accounts department. Should I complete my day-to-day work or should I assist the auditor? They are assigning the work to me, assist the auditor. Then who will do my work, every day's work? My work will be kept pending there. Clash will come. Neither I focus there, nor I can't complete day-to-day activities means my boss won't tolerate. I have accounts manager as my boss now. What is say? Complete your work. Why it is pending? Sir, I am helping the audit team. So 8 hours were helping. Clash will come always. So better that there should be a proper division here. It is a more expensive, costly affair. The auditor has to devote more and more time for this audit. And audit of the work of the audit become mechanical and repetitive work. Because same team coming for every month and doing the similar works, it become routine and mechanical and boring sometimes. It will be boring for employees. Nothing is exciting them. So if I go for different organizations for the different audits, organization environment to different people I am meeting, I am excited to work on. Whereas same organization I am going for the similar type of the work. First time when you are going for the IBS or ISB, it excites you, isn't it? Second time, you won't feel much. Third time, you feel bored. Same place again I am going. We are going for to see one kind of a dam and hydroelectricity, how it is getting generated. You are curious to learn. First day when you go first time, you are anxious, yes, excited, true no. Second time also same place you go. Do you have any excitement first of all? Okay. Third time also same place. Oh, come on, I say give different places, man. People feel boresome, I know, thereby. Of course, these are the advantages and disadvantages. Right guys, check once quickly. If you want any point, you can ask me. Important from exam, it was given frequently in the examination guys, in the old scheme. Now they gave what are the differences between the continuous audit and periodic audit. Quickly we complete this. Continue this basis I am not reading, just differences will complete. Continuous audit, periodic audit. Under continuous audit, it is conducted throughout the year. It is conducted after preparation of the final accounts. If you want any clarity, ask me. Otherwise, I make an assumption that you got the concept. It is more expensive. It is the less expensive. Errors and frauds are detected early because every month audit is there. Here, fraud and detected at a later date. And detailed checking is possible because we have ample time. And here, detailed checking is not possible because you adopt the statistical sampling. It helps the finalization of interim accounts and thus facilitates the declaration of interim dividend. Based on the continuous audit, we can go for interim dividend. Whereas it does not facilitate declaration of interim dividend. You have to conduct a separate audit. It leads to monotony of the audit staff as they are engaged in the same work throughout the year. Monotonous feeling, boresome. It does not lead to any kind of a monotony of audit staff as they are engaged in the different organization. 1 week here, 10 days there, 15 days there. I am visiting different companies for a different audit. Definitely one day I go for ITC, one day I go for State Bank of India, 1 week I go for Infosys. Different organizations and I visit, it excites me to learn something new also therefrom. It improves the efficiency of the client accounting staff And these accounting staff may become lazy, inefficient, and keep the work pending because the end of the year audit, na, they won't complete the work timely. Of course, not a relevant example, probably. If I am cross my lines, stop me or vomit it, no matter. We know exams are in the month of December, tentatively, right? How many of us will start our preparation now itself? Very few. Maybe one or two, and maybe one or two. That also I do seriously doubt. What they think, just exams are over. Exams are December. This is August, bade bhai. September, October, November. Oh, aram se. That too, Amavasya is there. Before Amavasya, we should not start. Waiting for auspicious day. We have lame excuses, and no day is a good or bad end. Success will come out of your efforts. Unfortunately, we have delayed tactics, we know. It's a matter of our mindset, my dear. 5 months seriously prepare any course, and exact 5 months, and every day 4 hours only prepare. I don't want 10 hours to prepare. No. 4 hours only. 4 hours, lot of dedication is needed. 4 hours only per day. 4 subjects, 4 hours. Today work, today only complete. If I say after 2 months my audit is over, what do you say next day? My preparation is over. This is how you have to travel with this faculty. Then only we can have a win and win scenario. Unfortunately, as a student, of course, I was there sometime, I know that we have tendency of postponing the things, and we drag such an extent where something is heavy to learn. Then we started selecting at a random. Don't do such a mistakes, my dear. Professional course, if you wanted to pass, definitely 5 months, and 4 months for learning, 1 month for revision. Nobody will fail exam, a gut feeling. But meticulously. I am using the word with a lot of focus should be there. When I go to reading room, I am studying means I mean it. I mean it. I am studying. I am not pretending as if I am studying. Something is learning happening. It is happening. Then only. Because I don't want to cheat myself, Naya. One day I have to face it end of the day, Of course, personal. Up to you. But I only can guide you, I can't take you into the reading room and sit with the stick, come on, study. That nonsense I can't do. Something good I can share with you. Possible? Follow. If it is good, you follow, yeah. You all knows what is good, what is bad. Someone is advising, can't you think this advice is good or bad? If it is good, adopt immediately. Whatever may be, what may come tomorrow, we don't know, yeah. Today is mine. Tomorrow may bring something, a tough time for me also. For that, today I should be ready. Today work, today completed. I have arams, I can face it tomorrow. Otherwise, I have to cross my fingers. Anyway, you are all doing everything, I think so. No, don't postpone the works, don't keep the postponing. For example, in a day or two, we are going to complete the unit 1. When I said today unit 1 completed, you should say next day my unit 1 preparation completed. That is the spirit. Then both of us will have a smile on our faces when the results were out. End of the day, what is the purpose of attending the sessions and passing of exam only, na? We don't want anything beyond that. Think. And if I am giving a proper advice, do it. And follow that. It will be handy, my dear. Collusion. There is a possibility of the collusion between audit staff and organization staff, and hardly there is a possibility of the collusion between audit staff and client staff. Because annually, they will meet once in a week, 1 week or 10 days time. Much won't happen there. And an audit staff are continuously engaged in organization. It maintains as a moral pressure on the client staff, because regularly coming or verifying your data means people don't dare to do certain irregularities. And less moral pressure on the client staff as the auditor visits only after the finalization of accounts. It is applicable to the large organization, applicable to the small organizations. And report, it facilitates the timely submission of the report. Yes, audit report is possible because up to 15th March audit is over. Only 16 days business I have to do audit. And definitely I can do quickly and can submit my report. Whereas in case of a periodic audit, it takes time to prepare and submit audit report under the periodical audit, because I have to plan, program, and I have to go for audit and draft a copy. It will take some time to complete and submit my report. So these are the differences between continuous audit and periodic audit. Clear? Next one, guys, limited review. What is the limited review? First, listen to me. According to clause 33 of the SEBI, LODR. SEBI means Securities Exchange Board of India. LODR, Listing Obligations and Disclosure Requirements 2015. According to SEBI, LODR regulations are mandatory. Wherever regulation is there, remember, mandatory. They have stated that limited review is must and should. A company which is listed on a recognized stock exchange, Q1, Q2, Q3 completed, not for Q4. Only Q1, Q2, Q3. Quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3 completed. Q1 completed. Within the 45 days, you have to submit a copy to stock exchange, either audited, unaudited financial statements. Only for Q1, Q2, Q3. Q4 not necessary, because final audit you are going to complete. Then submit a consolidated report to stock exchange. It has no legal value. As per Companies Act, this is not must. This is only imposed by SEBI. According to SEBI guidelines, this part we have to do. Listed means public company. Issued a prospectus to public, mobilized the funds from the public, then stock exchange should give information to investors. So what is happening in this company? You have to submit a reports. Conditions are, from the end of the Q1, within the 45 days, we have to do the limited review. What is the limited review? At a random, select a few transactions. The selected transactions only from origin to conclusion. Nothing but a journal entry to balance sheet. Complete audit and submit a report. Whether audited or unaudited. No problem. Report is required to stock exchanges. For that sake, SEBI is imposed a guideline. For that sake, this has to be done. According to law, it has no much validity side. Now let us see. Limited review. According to clause 33 of the SEBI, LODR regulations. You can use that abbreviation, LODR regulations 2015. A company submit its quarterly or year to date and annual results to the stock exchange in a manner as may be prescribed in this clause. Accordingly, company has an opinion to submit audited, unaudited, quarterly or a year-to-date financial results to stock exchange within 45 days from the end of the each quarter other than the last quarter. Last quarter, again you have to submit your final report. Thereby last quarter not necessary. Only this is applicable to Q1, Q2, Q3. Q1 completed, 44 days time. Q2 completed, 45 days. Q3 completed, 45 days. Q2, 30th September, 45 days means you have a, remember, November 15th. Whereas the Q4, 3 completed, 31st December completed, 45 days means up to February 14th or 15th we have a time. So much time not necessary, but technically you have a time. You can, in between, if you have done, you can submit a report to authority. For fourth one, not necessary. 44 days were not there. Under most of these circumstances, auditor finds a little time to conduct a thorough examination of the books and supporting documents. Means you can't verify the 100% transaction. Moreover, it may also not be possible to the client to submit a balance sheet, balance the books of accounts and prepare the necessary documents and evidences. Q1, Q2, Q3, we won't finalize the books of accounts. We prepare the balances. That is not a finalization. And instead of conducting the full-fledged audit, auditor has to make a restricted audit study and other documents. Nothing but a random, only few transactions we are going to examine. And the system is called, this system of review is called limited review. And this is to note that limited review generally accepted auditing standard are not followed. This is not permitted according to audit. Audit is always a continuous audit, final audit. Limited review is not there according to law. And the scope of the limited review is substantially narrower when comparative to audit. Audit is different, limited review is different. So it is not equal to audit. This is only submission of report to stock exchange. Am I clear? This is about limited review. So in simple, according to clause 33 of SEBI LODR regulation 2015 imposed a condition that for Q1, Q2, Q3 completed within the 45 days, a limited transactions has to be examined and file a report to recognized stock exchange. If you are going for the IPO, initial public offer, listing before one or more recognized stock exchange is mandatory. So definitely you have to file the report for them. For Q4, 45 days time is not allowed, but this is not a audit in totality. This is only a, on the Q1, we are giving a one limited review of the so far transactions happened. We at random, we select a few transactions. Selected transactions were examined and the report was filed with the stock exchange. That's it. Now guys, based on the scope-wise classification of the audit. See the first one there, complete audit. What is this complete audit? Friends, remember, 100% watching. And is this possible and feasible? Just impossible. 100% audit nowhere is not possible. Even the continuous audit also. We may go, that's why remember, reasonable assurance, one word will come later part. Reasonable assurance means not 100%, but nearer to 100% or close to 100%. That's the meaning. Here also, 100% audit any time is impracticable. And complete audit says each and every transaction you have to examine. In a State Bank of India, otherwise a railway company or a LIC of India, they want to conduct an audit, 100% audit. And for that, what they have to do? Auditor also work for 365 days. That also no guarantee will verify all the transactions. You know, numerous transactions in a day, lakhs of transactions. And how many assistants you can appoint? Tell me. How does it possible to do your audit on a timely basis? Thereby, this is neither feasible nor practicable. Let us see. A complete audit is an audit where the scope of audit is not confined to specific limits, means no test checking, which may be set by management or any other authority. Auditor is required to check all possible aspects of the business, including manufacturing operations, data flow processes, accounting records, and procedures. In general, business practices, it is not feasible to get a complete audit conducted. Just impossible. It won't happen. Only theoretical concept, that is called first one, complete audit, A to Z audit, highly impossible. Nothing but all the transactions. See there, manufacturing operations, A to Z, you have to watch it. Second one, data inflow processes, you have to examine outflow, inflow. Other one, accounting records, plus procedures. It's not easy to see each and every aspect of the business entity. Other one, partial audit. What is a partial audit? The term itself is self-explanatory. A part of the accounts we are going to do audit. A part of account I am doing audit. What does it mean? I will take the cash book. This is the cash book. I will ask the people receipts and payments. Receipts I am taking care as a client. You need not worry about it. This is absolutely right. Only look after only on payment side. So do audit only on payments side. Partial audit. Otherwise, out of the 4 Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4, during the Q2, I was out of station, out of India rather. You do audit of only those 3 months. This is called partial audit. Nothing but a part of the books of accounts you have to audit. As per law, this audit is not valid. If I am asking the auditor, do audit only on the receipts side, only on the payments side, only for 3 months you do audit, means am I not imposing restriction on audit scope and auditor's independence is restricted? Thereby, this is not acceptable mode of the audit. Only part of it we are going to do audit. Verify. A partial audit is a non-statutory audit, means legally not valid, and which restrict the scope of auditor checking the certain specified aspects only. Auditor's power to inquire are restricted by his terms of engagement. He may not be allowed to obtain the information which falls outside the purview of the scope defined for him. Auditor, for example, auditor may be appointed to check the accounts of the recording of the transactions relating to cash sales. Only cash sales verify, credit sales ignore. And he may be appointed to conduct an audit for the month of the Diwali only, Christmas only, Ramjan only, something as such. Right? Partial audit. Part of the books are verified. Very highly dangerous this one, sir. Other one is the detailed audit. The detailed audit also called audit in depth. In your examination, they will ask this question. They won't ask detailed audit. Audit in depth. Interview also this question they will pose. What is the audit in depth or a detailed audit means? At a random, I select the few transactions. The selected transactions from origin to conclusion. Everywhere I will examine. If that is representing true and fair, I would say total populations are representing true and fair. Detailed audit, in detail, from general entry to balance sheet. Each and every point, minute area also I will examine. Let us see. Detailed audit, also known as audit in depth, it involves checking of transactions from the time of their recording, means general entry, to till the effect in the financial statements in the balance sheet. Every stage that a transaction goes through accounting process closely examined by auditor using the various audit evidences. Each and every transaction, nothing but not possible. At a random I will select selected transactions only. Audit in depth. For example, we know from a particular chapter, weightage is 40 marks. Then definitely A to Z we try to learn. We won't take a chance there because 40 marks, good weightage. Here also, we will try to learn this point. Detailed means few selected transactions. So A to Z will verify. Horizon to conclusion. If it is representing true and fair, representative sample, I would certify that entire populations are representing true and fair. So this is the three types. First one, complete audit, means each and every step in the business entity, highly impossible. Second one, partial audit, part of the books of accounts are audited. And other one is detailed audit, few transactions at a random. Now cost audit. Under section 148, we have separate chapter later. I will take up later this point much more. Here only an outline. We have topic will come again, cost audit later part. In case of a cost audit, cost auditors are appointed by Board of Director. What is the purpose of the cost audit? He is the one collect the cost statements, cost records from the management, examine what he is going to examine, utilization of the raw material, nothing but a consumption. In order to produce one product, what is the estimated consumption of raw material, actual consumption of raw material, are there any variance between these two? He will examine and verify, and already fixed some cost statements. So how did they derived? Nothing but a what are the cost centers, cost units, how to minimize the cost, how to maximize the profitability, eliminate the wastages and educate the management. These are areas focusedly you have to work where cost can be minimized and profitability will go up. Cost audit is really helpful for organization in order to enhance the overall efficiency of the entity. There are regulated sector, non-regulated sectors are there. Regulated sector cost audit is compulsory. Non-regulated sectors, they have to maintain the cost audit records. Audit is not necessary unless some monetary threshold is not satisfied. We have scheduled a later part, we will discuss that. Now, time being, the only meaning you are trying to understand. Cost audit involves examination of the books, examination of the cost books, cost accounts and cost statements and subsidiary and prime documents with a view to satisfying the auditor that these represent true and fair in order to have a cost of the production. You are going to fix a cost of the production. Direct material, we know already cost sheet. Just I am reminding you, direct material, direct labor, direct expenses. Material consumed, already one criteria was laid down. Direct labor, direct expenses, prime cost, factory overheads. Then we have a office administrative overheads, cost of the production. Then cost of the sale, we have to add the selling and distribution. Then cost of sales. Whether this information furnished in order to fix a price, that information is genuine or is there any manipulation as such? That information cost auditor has to examine. Estimated consumption, actual consumption. If you know, you will understand whether you are working within the parameters given or not. This includes examination of the appropriateness of the cost accounting system. The ICAI, Institute of the Cost Accountants of India, on the other hand, defines the cost audit as a system of the audit introduced by Government of India for the review, examination and appraisal of the cost accounting records and attendant information required to be maintained by the specified industries. Specified means regulated, non-regulated establishments. In order to fix a price, we need the cost data. Otherwise, how much price we have to fix? This problem was raised when we got independence in the year 1947. We got independence, immediate issues was raised. We have to develop the infrastructure. Want to give the project to so and so. What is the cost? He is quoting some cost. Is this genuine or not? We don't know. Then they felt the need of a cost auditor. One person should be there to assess the value. Then the concept has come. 1959, our profession came into existence. And the cost auditor renders invaluable services to the various parties connected with the business entity, either directly or indirectly. It acts as a tool to control in the hands of the management, enabling them to identify the areas of inefficiency and wastages. Your purpose is a cost unit, cost centers. If I know how to minimize the cost, how to eliminate wastages, reusing the nothing but recycling the again waste materials and all, maybe you can wastage can be minimized and the maximum utilization of available resources in order to get the maximum returns on that. Time being, we remember, we see in the due course of time, cost audit. Now guys, management audit. Again, this is important. What is management audit? As we know, in case of a company, there is the diverse between ownership and management. Management lies in the hands of board of director. I think all of you remember in case of a OPC, 1 director, private company, 2 director, public company, 3 directors, maximum 15 directors. In our company, directors are 15. Whether all these directors are right persons at a right place. Management audit is going to review the performance of the management. Evaluation of the management performance. This management audit is a forward looking, not a backward looking. I have appointed the managerial persons. Are they right persons at the right place? Are they taking a timely, quality, good decision for the sake of organization? During this 3 months period, how many decisions were taken by the management? How many were successful? How many were failure? We have to conduct some examination on them. This is nothing but we are evaluating the performance of management. Imagine, sir. We are conducting a audit on managers. To know how the management audit will be conducted, simply verify what is the organization vision, organization mission, organization policy, organization culture, organization procedure. If you examine whether our people, how does they are working, you can understand. Do you have any vision? Do you have any mission? Do you have any plan? And how the plans were made? Short-term plans are there, long-term plans are there. Organization is a long-lasting. For that sake, what management is doing? Are they planning effectively or not? It will help you. That's why risk management. Whenever the right, that's why we need a right person at a right place. Are they taking a timely, quality, quick decisions to grab the business opportunity? To know their performance, we have to conduct one audit that is called management audit. On the performance of management, we are conducting audit. Then what is the advantage? Q1 completed, conduct one audit on management. Immediately you know some weaknesses, call for a meeting, one-to-one only discuss. In an openly platform, you need not discuss all these things. You tell them, sir, these are the weaknesses within your department. These are the measures suggested. Execute. At least a correction will be there for next 3 months. If I don't ask anything about these managers, what will happen end of the year? They say, we tried our best, nothing was materialized. Simply they will move off. Are yaar, shareholders' money, we are paying as a salary. So for that, we should take accountability from them. So management audit is, that's why forward looking. 3 months only, I have reviewed. Next 9 months, you can change our ways and means for working of organization. Now onwards, you can be little alert. If someone is monitoring my work, then I will be careful. Someone is not monitoring, I will be lenient. Because no one is going to question me. Isn't it? Thereby, management audit plays an important role, and let us see. Management audit is a comprehensive and critical review of each and every aspect of management process. It is basically a tool of management control. It covers all areas of management functions like a planning, organizing, coordinating, controlling. That's why I said organization, vision, mission, plan, program, statuses. What you are planning for this organization is concerned. And it assists the managers all levels. All levels means top level, middle level, lower level, supervisory level in effectively discharging their managerial functions. Management audit is a forward looking. Fill in the blanks questions are there. This is important. The independent and systematic evaluation of activities of the management for improvement of organizational profitability and attainment of the predetermined defined objectives of organization through well-directed management function. It acts like a guide which helps to improve the efficiency of the management. Only management should work, isn't it? Top level people are right people, things will happen, miracle will happen. If they are lazy, they have lethargy, and things won't happen. They themselves are not working timely, and how can we expect that our employees should work timely? It ruins the organization structure, and thereby this plays an important role. Right? Management audit. This is only evaluation of the management performance. See once and meaning. If you want any point there, ask me. Otherwise, we go with next point. This question also equally important, and operational audit asked. Often students were confusing between operational audit and cost audit. Both were different. Looks like one and the same, in fact, thereby. First of all, what is operational audit? See the point, then I will go summary. Operational audit involves examination of all the operations and the activities of the entity under the audit. All operations and activities of the organization. The objective of operational audit includes examination of the control structure of the entity. In order to discharge the day-to-day affairs of entity, we have defined some control structures, nothing but authority, responsibility, relationships are created, authority delegated. Is this effective or not? And the relation of the departmental controls to general policies. Each department, production department, marketing department, finance department, HR department, each department is having certain objectives. Your objectives should be coincide with general policies of organization. What is organization policy? Profits, profitability. What for organization departments are working for the same? Good. Both are working parallelly. Your organization general policy is the profit, Other departments are working according to their will and wish. There is no proper coordination. Organization cannot attain their objectives and therefrom. And in relation to the control of other departments, it provides the appraisal whether the department is operating in conformity with the prescribed standards, procedures laid down by the management. In order to achieve the common goals of the entity, each department should coincidentally work with the general principles. I think you remember, failed principles of management. Potent principles of management, one of the point, subordination of individual interest to general interest, if you remember. There are two types of interest, individual interest to general interest. What is individual interest to? I am working in a production department, marketing department, finance department, HR department, individually interested in my department. When comparatively other department, my department should be the best. Individual interest. What is general interest? Organization should get the profit. Whenever there is a clash between individual interest and general interest, which one should prevail? General interest. Here also, the departmental people should work together in conformity with general principles. Don't work for individual interest. You work for the general interest. To understand, only example, don't see much about. We have the 4 papers and example I am telling. One paper, Mr. X, Y, Z, 3 students and this fellow, first paper he got 60, second paper 40, third paper 60, fourth paper 40. What about Mr. Y? One paper got 99, other paper got 98, other paper got 99, one paper got 39. This fellow, one paper got 99, other paper got 59, one paper got 39, other paper got 39. Who is more intelligent? Who is working for what? He is worked for the general interest. What is general interest? Passing of exam. General interest is passing of exam. What is individual interest? I love the costing. I love the finance. I love the accounts. I love the law paper. I love the accounting paper. Whatever. Your personal interest is different. These guys are given importance for their individual interest. He loves the paper, so those papers he got much time he spent, got very good marks. And paper exempted also. But end of the day, someone asked you, hey, pass or failure? What he has to answer? Well, I got 99, you know. Pass or fail. 3 papers I got 99, but I failed. What is the use, tell me? That's why never give importance for individual interest. Interest is general interest. Yesterday somewhere I was talking about my interest is minimum 40, 50. Over and above, any number of marks I got, it's my bonus. It's bonus only for me. Because to get my certificate, I need certificate here. First certificate, first I should qualify. Then I can do anything. For that what I have to do. That's why never ever give importance for one subject and less importance to another subject. No. All papers are equally spread. Equal importance. Then what will happen? You can win. That's why department, operational audit side, the person should give importance for the departmental heads, should give importance for general interest, but not a individual interest. If you give individual interest to, organizations will suffer. Check whether the standards of efficiency, economy maintained. It is concerned with the formation of the plans, checking of implementation of the system and controls in respect of the other departments of entity. And it checks whether the capacity utilization production department, nothing but what is the installed capacity, what is the utilization of installed capacity. We have installed one machinery. In the very first month, What is the utilization of installed capacity? Not even 30 to 40%. Because working for only one shift 8 hours, machine can be used for 24 hours. No? Installed capacity to use for 24/7. But I am working for 8 hours. In that 8 hours also machine in operation only for 6 to 7 hours. Very first month. Second month I can enhance it. Later 2 shifts we are working. Later 3 shifts we are working. How to use this installed capacity? That's why what was the installed capacity of a machinery? What is the utilization of installed capacity? Generally, whenever you call for meeting and how to increase the profits, what people say, we develop the another unit to another building we construct to, machinery we will purchase, and all people will speak. And question is, if you have the MIS, Management Information System in the organization, management will question only one thing, sir. Are we availing installed capacity in 100%? Means whatever the resources we are having, are we availing those resources in 100%? If not, it shows our efficiency levels. Why again further investment? Dead investment, na? Availed capacity only we are not utilizing. What is the need of another capacity again? Management can question it thereby. Achievement of the short-term targets in the marketing department. Short-term targets. What are the short-term targets in the market? Seasons are the seasonal sales. Generally, you can see each quarter seasonal sales will come. Dasara season, Christmas season, Diwali season, Sankranti season. Seasonal sales will be short-term. I think nowadays this is people are using 3 days sales. Amazon people will come. I can't remember exactly what they call it as. 1 week or 3 days time. 1 week sales will be there and big millionaire, whatever. They will give 1 week and 1 week I think so. I know 1 week only. That 1 week sale equivalent to 1 year sales. Not term only. But next 1 year, whether you have sales or not, organization will sustain. That's why opportunity has come. Grab it. You grab that opportunity. For that you must be ready. Demand created, but goods are not available. What is the use? You are able to create a demand, but goods were not there. Organizations won't succeed. For that best example, Motorola company. Have you heard this? Motorola Sigma 6. They challenged the public and 0 defects. Sigma 6 concept is 100% perfect. 0 defect and he challenged the public. Our people are crazy about buying that Motorola product. You created the demand, but goods were not available. And big failure in the market. Seriously, Motorola was one of the best products. Sigma 6, they only introduced it, the concept. Anyway. Short-term sales in the marketing department and other activities so economically formed to achieve the predefined overall goals of the entity. Operational audit in the early stage, it is developed by the branch internal audit team. Nothing but each branch, what are the tasks given, how to accomplish. Later it was just spread over to organizations. Internal audit focused on accounting operations of the entity, but operational audit is a wide scope working, covers all operations. Your internal audit is confined to accounting aspects only. Operational audit was confined to all activities of the entity, which means production, marketing, finance, HR. There is nothing which is out of the box of this operational audit. Such as production, marketing too also. Operational audit is one of the management tool to get a first-hand information. It is more useful in the entity where the management is at a distance from actual operations. It is very useful in the large organizations where the management cannot control actual operations due to layers of the delegation of the responsibility. The Management Information System, MIS, has various tools like a routine performance reports from the departmental heads. When you go to industry, you will understand it. As an employee, weekly report I have to give it to my superior. This week, what are the works assigned to me? How many works completed? How many were incomplete? And what is the progress? Report has to give to my superior. My superior give it to his superior. His superior give it to the his chain link. This is upward communication will be there. Delegation of the work is downward communication. Progress we are reporting is upward communication. Various reports are getting generated towards the upward. This is performance reports, departmental heads, internal audit reports, surprise check, periodic inspections, investigation control, managers responsible for their department. See how many reports are available here. One departmental heads are giving a report, internal audit report is there, surprise check reports are there, periodic reports means Q1, Q2, Q3 reports are there, investigation was ordered for any activity, investigation reports are there. So not one report. See, parallelly, various reports are available. You can go for analytical review. You can compare it wherever deviations are there, you can question them. Operational audit is one of the tool used in a large or a geographically vast entities. Nothing but a geographically means that organizations scattered throughout the country or globally. Example, LIC of India. Entire country it operates in. Very big geographically. One more, LIC of India throughout the country. Railway Company throughout the country. State Bank of India throughout the country. Gati Transport throughout the country. So by operations are there throughout the country, you have to go with operational audit. At the first stage, to fulfill the gaps information provided by departmental heads through the periodic reports. Management report, nothing but periodical reports are coming from the departmental heads. Internal audit report is available. When I compare both, if there is any gaps are available, then I can seek information clarification from the respective departments. This is widely useful in order to enhance the operational, nothing but a overall performance of the entity. If you want to enhance, you have to go for only operational audit. This will be handy for organization to know what are their assets, how they are utilizing, departmental performance, internal audit reports are there, comparative analysis, finally drawing the conclusions. Wherever gaps are there, seek needful clarifications and explanation. That's all, sir. This is for the day. We'll stop it. We'll see remaining in the next class.